In this module, we are going to look at what we call the three essential activities of product line operation: core asset development, product development, and management. What we have found, and the reason we have this concept of essential activities, is we have found that there are many different kinds of organizations out there, and many different kinds of organizations that we have looked at in terms of either doing a product line technical probe, an architecture evaluation, or collaborated with. And they vary in terms of the size of the organization, the level of process discipline in place in the organization, the kinds of business goals they're going after, whether it's time to market or reducing defects or increased productivity. Some of them are global organizations with units across the country in the US and units in India. And some of them have a more disciplined approach than others, and some of them have different kinds of reusable artifacts already in place that can be used as a basis for a software product line. So despite all of these differences, there are still these universal essential activities of core asset development, product development, and management that persist across all product line organizations. And we have categorized these three essential activities into the broad skill sets of software engineering, technical management, and organizational management. And we have codified 29 different practice areas in our framework for software product line practice. And the framework is documented in the hardback book that you have. It's also available on the SEI website. As I said, there is a newer version on the SEI website. There are still 29 of the practice areas. That number hasn't changed. Some of the names have changed and some of the content has changed, and I'll say more about that later. But the framework is a living resource for you as a product line organization or a potential product line organization, and we will continue to maintain this. It's not solely a creation of the SEI in the sense that we have organized all of this information and provided pointers to work being done in several areas. But a lot of the work can also come from outside of the organization. Obviously, we've made some contributions in the area of software architecture definition and evaluation, for example. But there are plenty of pointers to good work being done outside of the SEI. And we've tried to collect all of these, what we call practice areas, into this framework as a resource for people either adopting or operating an existing software product line.
It's domain agnostic, right?
It's domain agnostic, yes. So the idea of the framework is that it will identify the foundational concepts of product lines. It'll talk about the terminology. It'll talk about the practice areas that you need to master to be successful in software product lines. It also talks about the risks that you are likely to encounter in each of these practice areas. And it's those kinds of risks that we go after when we conduct a product line probe evaluation of an organization. And it is not a maturity model, and it is not a how-to process guide. So when you go to the framework, you'll see lots of general guidance for the practice areas. You'll see some specific examples, and you'll see pointers to further information. But the framework is not a how to create a product line within your organization. There's still plenty of exercise for the reader, but it will certainly give you the overall context and give you a lot of useful information for how to avoid some of the pitfalls that the pioneers encountered when they were setting up their product lines. The information comes from lots of diverse information sources. We have collaborated with several organizations. We've also done product line probes and architecture evaluations of many others. We have case studies. We have conducted workshops. We have our product line conference. So the three essential activities of running a software product line are core asset development, product development, and management. And these are three iterative, interacting activities. And it's not the case that you set up a core asset base first and then start turning out products. What's more typical is that an organization will have a set of products in the marketplace already and will generalize and abstract from that set of products to create a set of core assets and maybe introduce a little bit of new core asset development as well. Because one of the things you don't want to do is lock in today's products as tomorrow's product line. So even though you're basing an initial product line start on an existing set of products, you have to bear in mind it's going to take you some time to turn that existing set of products into a product line operation. And in that time, the market may have changed, the business conditions may have changed. So it's not just about re-architecting today's set of products for tomorrow's product line. You also need to think about some future features. And you need to have the management discipline in place to make this work. So we will look at these three essential activities in turn.